Hello, my name is Porfirio, or as many of you know me, Pio. Some of you may also know that I don't travel much, so I don't have stories about meeting people in other countries, going to camp in Germany every year, or living in England for 2 years. But I do have lots of experiences in California. One that I recently found to be impactful was when I ran into a very old friend from my old school, Woodrow Wilson Elementary. I don't remember much about my old school, but I do remember my one friend that was able to flip his eyelids and was one of my only friends in kindergarten. So when I left that school for AVS, I left him behind too. It wasn't until recently when I saw him near my house with his brother and mother that we got to say hi after 8 years of not talking to each other. I noticed that when we didn't recognize each other at first, and it made me think about how all you need is a little bit of time apart from each other to become complete strangers. Just because I didn't see him didn't mean I'd forgotten about him, about all the lunches we shared together and classes we had together. Just because I left Woodrow Wilson didn't mean that I'd forgotten all that I learned there. It's similar to the transition from elementary school to middle school. It hasn't been easy managing the workload and trying to remember everything that happens in each of the classes. But it's better to remember the important bits and pieces, just because I know I might need the information somewhere down the road. Just like how I might need my friends in the future. You can imagine that changing schools would be a tad bit stressful, and that it was. Throughout all of these transitions, I had to worry about getting lost in the hallways of the summer campus or looking for my new locker here at the Mission campus, which is AVS's third campus. During my time at AVS, I've had good times, stressful times, and the occasional bad time. And all of these moments live inside me until I get home each day, when I get to pour it out onto a piece of paper. From something warm and uplifting, if I've had a particularly good day, to something a bit nightmarish, if I've had a bad day. Every single one of these experiences I have an impact on what I put down on paper. The good and the bad, and everything in between. I speak through the page, which is how I express myself silently. Drawing has been especially important to me this past year, which has been full of heavy losses, like the loss of my cousin. He had leukemia, and somehow he managed to smile every day, and enjoyed music and dancing, despite his condition. He would tell his mother to stop crying over his condition. I didn't spend much time with him as I would have hoped to, but he taught everyone in my family to smile every day, even when you're feeling low. Now, it may not be drawing, it may be your dog or cat, or the comfort of your bed, but it's the smallest things, such as drawing or sleeping, or petting your dog, that bring us comfort in difficult moments of middle school, like having to remember complex math equations, vocab words, and the laws of motion. Experiences with school transitions, re-encountering old friends, managing schoolwork, and family loss, all have their way of being expressed through my drawings and paintings. They all live on that paper. Some people call it a talent, others call it a pastime or distraction, but to me it's more than any of those words. It's my third way of communicating my thoughts to not only people I know, but people that I've never met. All of us have something we enjoy doing: reading, acting, singing, or talking with friends, or spending time with pets. While some people may find your passion odd or unnecessary, if you enjoy it, no one can change that. Now with the upcoming transition from AVS to high school, the prospect of meeting new people almost outweighs the nervousness of leaving my friends here behind. So throughout the stress and nervousness, no one can do anything but move through it, however stressful it might be. Stress isn't always such a bad thing in the long run. Between taking the easy way out and going through something difficult, the second would be the most stressful. But that might mean it's the one that'll be worth it the most.